want to walk you through Teachinguide because I think this is a fabulous and very powerful tool, and if you're a serious Udemy instructor, you really should be using this this application because I think it's a game changer. So this is just a quick through the main sections of Teachinguide so that you can understand how it's laid out and what you can do with it. The main tabs on the left hand side are the dashboard, where the instructor covers the course reviews, keywords and coupons, and this is where you can access all the key information about your existing courses. Now I'm going to go through each of these pages one by one, and we're going to look at the instructor dashboard data first. So here on the instructor page, I can see all the key data relating to my courses, and it gives me some very useful, very insightful metrics at a high level on my Udemy performance. For the course data, I can see that there is specific information about each of my courses. And in the top right, I can change the course. You can see investment banking. One of my investment banking courses is highlighted at the moment. But for every single one of my courses, I get these pages. And there's an awful lot of information on here that I can use to understand how the course is performing and start to think about how I can improve that performance. And this is the key to using Teachinguide for your existing courses. The reviews tab gives me the ability to review my latest reviews, so I can keep a tab on exactly what's coming up. And as you can see, for the most part, they're all at the right sort of level. I really want to be 4 to 5 star on everything, and I get very disappointed if it goes below that. So it's important you keep an eye on reviews. It's also quite important that you respond to your reviews, because that also feeds back into your engagement. The keywords tab is very valuable. To start with, I can set a series of keywords which I can monitor, get information on them on a daily basis. It's particularly important to understand the volume associated with the keywords and to see how your course is ranking. So on this Fiverr Success Freelancing course, I can see that I'm struggling a little bit with my rankings here, and I might need to go in and check why. If we move along in the same tab, I can look at the how my involvements and reviews are trending, and this is different courses in one of my investment banking courses, but I can also see how my course is ranking for specific keywords. And that green line is where I took fundraising out of the title of my course. Fundraising is not a particularly high keyword. I put some higher ones in there which are more valuable, and you can see by changing it in the title, it changed materially my ranking for that keyword, which just goes to show how sensitive the title and subtitle are to your ranking, which is why it's so important to optimize them, which is one of the things you can do with this tool. I can also use the tool to work on optimizing my title and subtitle, because here I have them listed at the top. You can see in green where the keywords are getting picked up, and you can see the keywords and particularly the search volume associated with those keywords below them, and it gives you the ability to literally play in real time. You have to go in and make the corrections in Udemy, but you can adjust and play and see how your titles get treated and picked up for keyword optimization. The Advisor tab, which is the next one down, really helps you with AI-driven recommendations for your Udemy courses. And I think it's quite clever because it gets you thinking about how you can improve what you're doing, both on a sort of completely course-wide basis, but also on a course-by-course basis, as we're about to see. So the Instructor Advisor gives me high-level advice on how to improve as an instructor. So knowledge and support is good, but I can clearly work on my teaching style, and I need to take action when it comes to speech. So these are things which I need to go in, and you can see on the right-hand side there are specific recommendations, and one can click on those buttons and watch and read the recommendations, and then hopefully take action on them as well. As well as specific guidance on a course-by-course basis, which you can see here, I can get a lot of information about the content, the structure, the quality, the support, keywords, positioning. So these are all helpful guidance to see where there are things I need to be doing. I'm looking particularly for the red phrases which are not smiling, and I need to sort of pick out from those and take action on some of the issues relating to those courses. The Advisor course tab itself gives me much more specific information, particularly relating to different things like content, teaching styles, structure, and specific issues and recommendations about what you can do about it. So again, really helpful, detailed data, which gets you thinking not just about SEO, but about specifically content related and structurally related issues to do with your courses. The Advisor Optimization tab helps me to address specific keyword issues as well. And this, again, can be very valuable, particularly if you're trying to target some keywords. And here you see I've got low keyword relevancy, not enough reviews, and the wrong primary topic, all challenging my ability to rank for equity research. But for this particular course, I don't want to, but it does pick up some issues which I can then address if I want to. Now, the research section I think is amazing. It's particularly good for course optimization, but it's also invaluable for researching and fine-tuning your next course. You must do your research to make sure you're going to create a course that's going to sell, and this is the key to doing it. Of course, you can use Udemy Insights, and I would recommend you do that as well, but this gives you a completely different cut on the data in Udemy, and I think makes much more intuitive use of the information, makes it much easier to understand what it's trying to tell you, as you're about to find out. So the course research allows you to search every one of the 162,815 courses currently on Udemy. And if you're trying to research a new course and you want to see what's out there, you can filter by language, category, subcategory, topics, all instructors, badges if you want to, Udemy for Business if you want to. And you can also put in names and things, or URLs and keywords in the right hand side. So it's really valuable if you want to drill down into the whole database, but in a very controlled manner. You can also find out more about each subcategory, and that's a very useful again, when you're beginning to plan a new course, or you want to see if you've got your course in the right subcategory, you can do that. But you can also check out the columns tab on the right hand side, and here make sure you have all the columns ticked that you want information on, and you can see what's coming up there. You can research topics, which of course is critical when you're about to publish a new course on Udemy, because Udemy locks these out after you've published. So make sure you get your course into the right topic off the bat, so you don't have to go back in. And there are over 3,400 topics to research from, so it's important you get this right. You can, of course, also research instructors. And as of the date of making this, there were 67,143 instructors. Find out what your competitors are doing. It's really interesting. And of course, you can search on categories, you can search on topics, or you can just put in a keyword search on the right-hand side. You can also filter and research over 82,000 keywords, which again is critical when you're preparing a new course or when you're trying to optimize an existing one. The Teachinguide library, which is the next tab down, is full of great articles written by the author of Teachinguide, Tom Seidel, which will help you get the most out of Teachinguide and also stimulate you to think critically about what you're doing on Udemy. For instance, that one on the right-hand side, how to choose your next Udemy course, well worth a read. There's also, and I particularly like this, a Chrome extension which allows you to access the Teachinguide data from inside Udemy, and I think that's quite clever. If you're using Udemy, you should definitely look at it on Chrome, and you should definitely use the extension. So to find out how you can access Teachinguide and get the most out of the platform, just check out the memberships tab, which is down the left-hand side. And to share my conclusion, I think it's a very positive one. I do and I've been using Teachinguide now probably for about 6 weeks, and I think it's a game changer. I think if you're serious about instructing on Udemy or anywhere else, then you really should be thinking about using Teachinguide. The user interface makes accessing critical information and conducting research and analysis so much easier, and it really gets you thinking. Particularly, I've got over 20 published courses. I've got probably another 20 unpublished courses, and it really gets you thinking about how you can make the most of those courses and see if you can get them ranking higher and therefore selling more. So in Udemy today, there is so much more competition than there was before. When I joined Udemy in 2013, there were 4,000 courses. And today there's 167,000. There were hundreds of instructors. Now there are 67,000 instructors. Information is power, and Teachinguide will give you the power to compete more effectively. And that means higher rankings and greater sales. For me, it's an absolute no-brainer. I absolutely love the platform. I think what Tom has done is simply genius. And I think you're going to enjoy using it and seeing what you can do to make more sales. And frankly, for the little he's asking for the subscription, the payback should be in days and weeks, if not sooner than that. I mean, it's complete no-brainer.